students, welcome once again to LKD's online classes for class 10. Today we are here with a new episode of learning from the book First Flight. Yes, today we are going to start the poetry from your book First Flight from unit 3rd. The name of the poetry is How to Tell Wild Animals, composed by the poet Carolyn Wells. Now let us know something about the poet. Carolyn Wells was an American writer who was famous for books based on mystery. Her famous works are At the Sign of the Sphinx, The Jingle Book, etc. She wrote a total of more than 170 books. This poem is one of the famous work of the poet. Literary devices that are there in this poem. Actually, this poem, How to Tell Wild Animals, is written by the poet in a very funny way. She has explained the wild animals by using the humorous language. Yes, she has told about a number of various wild animals like the Asian lion, the Bengal tiger, bear, leopard, and so on. So now let us start the poetry with the literary devices, rhyme scheme, and the detailed explanation of the poem. Now, the first literary device that we will find in this poem will be enjambment. Students, you are clear with this poetic device, I hope. It is a poetic device in which the meaning of a line is carried forward to the next line. For example, you will find these lines in your poem also in the first stanza. And if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast. No comma, no full stop is there in this line, and the meaning is carried forward to the next line. The second literary device you will find will be alliteration. Yes, the most common literary device for you all students. It is a poetic device which is used in the poem How to Tell Wild Animals. For example, N sound is repeated in the line with the words novice, non, plus. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, C. Now let us have a detailed explanation of the poem. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you shall know it is the Asian lion. See, in the poem, in the very first stanza, the poet has explained about the wild animal that is Asian lion. Now let us know some of the meanings of the words used in this stanza. Tawny means brownish yellow. Roars gives out long loud sound. Dying, absolutely for the word dying. Now what has the poet tried to convey in this stanza? Let us see. If ever you should go by chance to jungle in the east. The poet, she tells the readers that if you get a chance to go in a forest and you see a forest in the east and you are likely to see a huge and fearful animal moving towards you, then you will find that large and tawny beast, that tawny animal who is roaring at you and you are dying out of fear, that wild animal is none but the Asian lion. I hope this stanza is clear. Very simple poem with a sense of humor used by the poet. The next stanza we have in front of us is, or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground. Just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Roaming, wandering. Noble wild beast, impressive wild animal. Stripes, long narrow bands. Yellow grounds, that means yellow background. Discern, to see. Now what does the poet want to convey in this stanza? Let us see. The poet wants to say that if you go or if you are moving in the forest, if you are wandering in the forest and then you see a noble and impressive wild animal, beast animal welcomes you in the forest in his home with black stripes on a yellow ground, and that animal is having the black stripes. Black stripes, that means the black bands on his yellow ground, on his yellow skin. Just notice if he eats you, and just you will notice when the animal is going to approach you and is going to eat you. This simple rule may help you learn. Very simple rule, you will come to know that that animal is none but the Bengal tiger, who is approaching near you and he is ready to eat you at any moment. If strolling forth, a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you shall know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. He shall only leap and leap again. Now here the poet, she wants to convey that if strolling forth, if wandering ahead in the forest, a beast you view, an animal you come across, whose hide refers to the skin, whose skin has spots, peppered, covered with spots. That means the whole body of that wild animal is covered with spots. As soon as he leapt on you, jump on you. As soon as he jump on you, the wild animal, the wild beast, he jumps on you, you shall know it is the leopard. At that moment you will come to know that the animal that has jumped on you is none but leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. It will not allow you to roar, to shout out of pain, out of tension, or out of a pain that you have to suffer when the wild animal is going to jump on you. He shall only leap and leap again. That means the leopard is going to eat you again and again, and you are not supposed to roar with pain. You are not going to cry with pain anymore, because he is going to kill you at once and he will eat you again and again. Next stanza, students. If you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he shall give you just one more caress. Now, if by chance you walk in your yard means your courtyard, you meet a creature there, and you happen to meet a creature by chance over there, an animal over there who hugs you very hard, and that animal, he embraces you, he hugs you very tightly, be sure it is a bear. This is the way of killing the prey by the bear. The bear kills its prey in this way, by hugging it. If you have any doubts, I guess he shall give you just one more caress. And by chance you are spared, you are not killed by hugging also, then I guess, I am sure, he shall give you just one more loving touch. That means one more hug he is going to give you, and definitely at that time your life will be ended. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Now, if you have to distinguish between two wild animals, that is the crocodile and the hyenas, you have to distinguish beasts of prey. Beasts of prey, that means the wild animals. A novice, a beginner, might confuse between a hyena and a crocodile, then how to distinguish between them. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. You will be able to distinguish between a crocodile and hyena very easily. How? Hyenas come with merry smiles. When hyenas kill their prey and they eat, they smile. A smile comes on their face. Whereas crocodiles, they weep, or the tears come out from their eyes while killing or eating their prey. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He has not any ears at all, and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the wing, if there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. Yes, now the poet has come to the end of the poem, and the poet is explaining about the difference between chameleon and lizard. He says that how to distinguish between these two animals also, these two creatures. The true chameleon is small. It looks like a lizard only, a lizard sort of thing. It looks like a lizard. He has not any ears at all and not a single wing. And even the chameleon doesn't have any ear or a single wing on its body. If there is nothing on the wing, if there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. If there is nothing on the wing, if there is nothing on the wing, it means doesn't have ears or wings, that I have already told you. The poet says that if one is not able to see anything on the tree, one will find that there is a chameleon sitting over there, definitely. The chameleon, it is a master of changing its color as per its surroundings. Thus it is difficult to spot it. This changing of the color is natural to the chameleon as it helps it to escape from its enemies. This is the end of the poem, students. I hope you have understood the poetry well, and now you have come to know the various distinctive features of the wild animals, how to distinguish between them, between a hyena, crocodile, chameleon, lizard, Asian lion, Bengal tiger, leopard, bear, and how they attack on their prey. So I hope you have come up with the things you will definitely understand with this. Do read the things, stay home, stay safe. We are going to meet in the next video with some other interesting topic. Till then, bye bye.